Everyone, I want to really concentrate on your photo last week and then during the day like this. My name is Stephen Jones. I'm actually from Australia, not from Singapore. My co-founder is back here today. Can you want to stand up for a moment? Okay, she's just waving instead. Mix33 was founded or launched at the end of 2005, beginning of 2006. For those who aren't, we moved the company very quickly from Perth, Western Australia, to Silicon Valley, and most recently we moved back from there to Singapore to further the growth of the company. And today I'm going to talk about a little bit about Mix33, so that you'll get a sense of what's going on with Mix33 and Mix33 land, and talk about then about some of the things that we're doing to grow the business and the relationships and the partnerships that we're looking for in the greater mobile community. So we're founded very much on the same space. That is the same reason why everyone is here. That is the next billion people who are going to be on the internet. They're going to be on mobile, not from the terrestrial internet. We've gone over 40 million registered users now in over 200 countries, and we're delivering close to 1 billion messages today on the platform. We're also monetizing 150 countries, and we are successfully replicating the East Asian social entertainment service business model to the rest of the world. We want to become the 10-cent QQ for the rest of the world, and we're going to do that through mobile. So some screenshots of Mix33. So it's about chat rooms, social games, virtual gifts, and all that sort of stuff. Here's a photo of some of our Mix33 users. You can see May Lynn there on the left. Our users are absolutely fanatical. Last year in Depok, the university town south of Jakarta, our users organised a Mix33 National Day, where 6,000 Mix33 users turned up. We were optional to our own event. Every weekend, between a few hundred and several thousand Mix33 users meet, not only in Southeast Asia, South Asia, but also in Africa and the Middle East. So normally, there are companies like us, we give out T-shirts. Our users' T-shirts are better than ours. They produce their own T-shirts, they produce their own mugs, they produce their own pens, and run their own games and competitions. As a result of this achievement, we've been recognized industry-wide, both in the investment community and in the general tech press. Our view of the world is that when you think about mobile and the internet, there's a lot of myopia around the iPhone. The iPhone is wonderful. It is dramatically changing the way that people actually invest in mobile and get thinking about mobile again. Having said that, the iPhone world is actually not that big. I mean, earlier on you heard that there's like close to 5 billion mobile phone users out there now. The iPhone community is actually very, very small. Compared to China and once again Japan. Japan is, without a doubt, has led the mobile industry, but having said that, there are only 80 million mobile phone users there. And in China, just in the last couple of years, very dramatically, there's 200 million mobile internet users. Mix33 is focused very much on the rest of the world. Our view is that if you're, when people talk about that 5 billion number, that number is, it's not in North America, it's not in China, it's not in Japan, it's in places like India, Southeast Asia, Africa, Middle East, and elsewhere. Once again on the business model, how QQ, which is the world's third largest internet company, makes its business. It's focused on chat, then engaging its users through social networking services, user-generated content, social games, information services, and the like. Lots of valuable services, and then payment through things like prepaid, primarily prepaid, and in Japan it's through operators and advertising. For Mix33, once again, we're replicating the model, focused on chat rooms, SNS, social games, virtual goods, social games, advertising, premium services, and then once again we have our own unique payment model. And our payment model is one of the things that we consider is very unique about Mix33. So next year we're all about producing more handsets, building out the platform and content services, and enhancing our monetization framework. So we're currently growing the business through partnerships, but before I actually talk about the partnerships that we're looking for, I think it's useful to understand our monetization model, which is very relevant for the emerging world. For those of you who have delivered content service to the emerging world, you'll probably all know that the operators do a really good job at not paying you. You can get really, really thin by not eating for long periods of time after not being paid by operators. We have this thing called the merchant model, where we have harnessed our users' enthusiasm to actually go and establish prepaid networks. So we've modeled this partially on the Grameen phone microfinance model, mixed with the Taobao, that is the Chinese eBay model. And our merchants, our users, actually organize their own payment channel. Just to put it into context, here's a photo of 4 of our merchants. A couple of them are from Indonesia. One of them is an Indian fellow who's studying in Russia. And one guy is running a wood business in Syria. Okay, so very quickly, once again, in our economy, we sell virtual goods into the community. We have this merchant program where our users, for example, one of my lead merchants in Surabaya, she, up until September last year, she was sending us $50 per month. In October, she sent us $3,000 US. In November, she sent us $8,000. And in December, she sent us $65,000. This is a person who would otherwise be earning only $250 per month. And once again, it shows how effective our microeconomic model has been in monetizing our users. Once again, we are not operator dependent. We are completely independent of the operators. We now have, in September 1 year ago, we had 80 of these merchants. We now have 5,000 merchants delivering anything between a few $100s and up to over $100,000 a month to us. So what we are doing now is that because, once again, we don't have relationships with operators, and because we're actually getting ARPUs, which are actually higher than Zinger and higher than Facebook, we now have an affiliate model. We're looking for partners to distribute Mix33 with a tag client, and we're looking at delivering then a revenue trail on those tag clients. So once again, we've signed up a number of partners, and on the basis that they deliver us 5 million new users in a year, we'll pay out about, our estimates are from our historical data, is that we'll pay out about $1.3 billion US to actually acquire those 5 million users. Once again, the tag client can be modified, we've done this with a number of operators and partners already. And we have 3 partners that we're announcing, and we'll put a press release out today. We'll put this across the PR wire. It should be appearing in the tech press in the US and throughout Asia tomorrow. We've got a relationship, once again, with New Media, which dominates Indonesia. Mob, which is a new organization established in the Philippines. And Olive Telecommunications, which is in India. Once again, and I'm just wrapping up now. Mix33 is... we're very unusual as a mobile community. You find a lot of these mobile communities which are confined to whatever little country they're in and trying to work through operators. We have a substantial presence across Southeast Asia, South Asia, Middle East, Africa, and Eastern Europe. We are monetizing outside of operators, and we're actually making real revenues. And we're currently out there establishing partnerships to once again extend the company. I only have 75 people who work for me. That's going to be about 100 by the year's end. We're looking for designers, engineers, and product people. Big plug.
You're buying beer tonight.
First round with me. And once again, we're growing. Once again, we don't want to work through the traditional VAS model where basically it's just sub-economics and it's painful to everyone. Because we make so much money outside of the system, we're able to share that with partners who are aware of, familiar with the specific market conditions in whatever markets they're in. So on that note, thank you very much.
Right. Hey.